Hi, I'm Meda, and last October I decided to take my animation to the next level and learn a new program. Today is October 16th, and I just decided to buy Moho debut. At the time, it seemed like a great alternative for a good price, but I had no idea how limited debut really was. I've spent the last few days looking at the reviews, and I realized that debut is nice for some types of animation, but I want to take my animation to the next level. Debut is very limited. So now I'm thinking about buying the other version. Yeah, when I looked at the reviews, I didn't realize it was mostly for the Pro version. Mo has two versions, Debut and Pro. The Pro version is more expensive, but for my needs it should be perfect. If you are deciding which animation program to get, I recommend checking out videos carefully before spending a lot of money. Okay, I decided to invest in the more expensive program. I have so many plans in my head, and if I want to make them happen, I need to put a little money into it. Right now, I am at home taking care of my 1-year-old daughter, so I have limited time. I only have a few hours a day for animation, and that's when she sleeps. Programs where I animate scene by scene don't make sense for me, even though it doesn't look like it from my current uploads, and even though I told myself I wouldn't invest too much in YouTube. A big part of me still hopes and believes that one day I have my own animated show, so the investment started to make sense. Also, if I don't manage to grow on YouTube, by the way, you can click subscribe and like on this video to support the algorithm and help me achieve one of my dreams. I'd still want to create animations, maybe even commercial. I've already downloaded and installed Moho, and it's time for the first launch. I'm so excited. I had no idea that opening it for the first time would feel like sitting in a pilot seat. You know the meme from TikTok or Instagram? Okay, never mind. I watched a few tutorials, so I don't think it will be hard to learn. I also already have some animation experience, so this should be easy peasy. Yeah, sure. Okay, it's almost November and I still don't know how to make my character. I watched several tutorials and I'm starting to think it wasn't a good idea. The video should have already been out, but if I animate it now, I wouldn't have time to learn the new program that will help me to take my work further. And if I never try the new program, I never progress. I feel pretty frustrated. At this point, I felt like giving up. I don't have enough time during the day to both make videos and learn a new program. I had three options: take a break from creating and focus on learning the new program, keep making videos on YouTube in the old version, give up completely. Third option kept running through my head every time something went wrong. I was so frustrating. I think you can see it clearly in my first video. I had no animation experience, I just loved cartoons since I was a kid, and when I first saw The Simpsons, I thought it would be so cool to have my own animated series. It took a few weeks until I finally figured out how the program worked. Thanks this tutorial. I came across a YouTube channel called OK Animation. They have a few videos and sell a course for the program, but it's about as expensive as the program itself. And I don't have the budget right now. Luckily, I found another video. It's 10 hours long, but it explains everything from basic to animation. So I will try it and update you when I have my first character. It's now December 5th and I finally have my first animation. It's not perfect yet, but it's done. I remember the first time I got my characters moving in Moho. I was insanely happy, even if it didn't look perfect. By the way, have you noticed all the coffee cups? And have you heard of Buy Me a Coffee? It's a site where you can support small creators, and I decided to set up my page too. I don't have a big audience yet, but later I want to make extra content. It's a one-time donation or subscription, totally up to you. It's completely optional. But if you want to support my work, here's the link in the video description. When I started animating, I used Procreate on my iPad. They added an animated assistant that helped me see how frames flow. I could export it as a video and then put the scenes together in an editor for lip sync. One animation took forever, but I love spending time on it. Later, I switched to ToonSquid, which has a timeline. This app is paid too, but it was great for starting out. I spent about 2 or 3 years with it, creating animation for YouTube. Then I decided to set up and switch to professional program. If you are starting out, you don't need the best tools. There are cheaper or even free programs to try. After high school, I applied to university for psychology, wanting to become a forensic psychologist or therapist. I didn't get it the first year. I was sad because I invested years preparing for the entrance exams. I told myself I wouldn't give up and applied again the next year. But that year I wasn't accepted either. I continued at my current university and never stopped believing that I eventually success. But it was 2020. Everyone knows what happened then. Over 1,000 people applied and only 70 were accepted. I wasn't among them. I gave up. In our country, we say 3 times and that's it. But my creative soul stayed alive. Later, I discovered a community of YouTube animators. The idea of creating animation on YouTube totally captivated me. I watched creators like Dominic, L Cartoons, Jaden Animation, Hamination, and the Odd First Out. They're so funny and creative, and I wanted to learn from them. They get millions of views and entertain people all over the world. They all started like me, in their little rooms. I know I'm not even close to their reach yet, but I hope one day to reach their quality level. I've mentioned some of my plans in previous videos, but they never really work out. I didn't upload 2 videos per month, and I haven't started working on the series in my head. The only thing I know is that 2026 will be amazing. I want to reach 100k subscribers, build community of cartoons lovers like me, and hopefully one day create a series that entertains a lot of people. I hope my new program will help me with that. Okay, thank you so much for watching until the end. I'd be really happy if you click like, wrote a comment about what you enjoy the most or what you create, and subscribe if you like my content. I'd be so grateful if we finally reach our first 1,000 subscribers. Thanks a lot, and see you in the next video. Bye!